Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to part 4 of the 343industries.org community forum Let's Play of XCom 2. My name is Red Star Rocket, and when I left you last time, we were just about to engage on our first retaliation mission. But before we move on to that, I'm going to collect the supplies here, as I think we probably just have enough time to ride this out.
Strategic resource located.
Yeah. These supplies come from a battlefield. In spring of 2015, human military forces engaged one of the first alien battleships in the skies over this area. The civilian population below was devastated during the ensuing battle. We deployed teams to sweep for possible salvage, and they returned with a number of resources found scattered throughout the area. So that's good. And now we'll move on to the retaliation mission. Operation Iron King.
Setting course for the West Asian Corridor.
So it's worth noting here that as a general rule, retaliation missions are a lot more mobile than a lot of other missions, as you are under a very, very strict time limit. So this makes sharpshooters a bit less useful. As a result, I think we're going to forgo Yash and Gamble for this mission. Although I will want Morrigan. So I think we'll give a Hebe a run out here. What we'll do is, I think we'll see if there's any weapon upgrades available. If I'm right, I think I had a stock available. So you never know where a situation is going to arise where you absolutely have to do a point of damage. It's possible a soldier might catch on fire, be about to take some fall damage, or they've just been reduced to 1 hit point by a grenade, and so we absolutely need to finish them off. So we'll just equip that on Morgan. And I think that's looking quite good. Let's get going.
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
Just got word the aliens are attacking a resistance outpost in this region. They're not taking any prisoners. These people need our help, and we're heading in to make sure the aliens regret coming after the resistance. Neutralize all hostile contacts in the area and secure the camp.
So, this is Operation Iron King in Independence Creek, which is in West Asia.
Menace 1-5, hostile forces are attacking the outpost. Eliminate all enemy units and protect those civilians. Advent came in hot, and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
Some of the issues with resistance missions, which I'm not hugely fond of, is that there is an alien type called the Faceless, which can disguise itself as civilians, and if you end your turn too close to it, or kill all enemies on the map, they will reveal themselves. And if they reveal themselves during, the enemy turn, they can move and attack as normal. So you have those awkward balance where you need to put your soldiers into disadvantageous positions to rescue civilians, while potentially finding out when you get there that it's a Faceless and not a civilian at all.
Rolling.
Which obviously isn't ideal.
I've got eyes on Advent troops.
And neither is that. That is not good. He's in a flanked position from there. Although I have to admit I have no idea what this soldier here is doing. As he'll be flanked by basically everything from there. He's already flanked, so there's not really any reason to blow that cover out there, other than sheer collateral damage, I suppose, and frankly I'd rather do the damage on the sectoid. So 4 points of damage here would be ideal. It took the rock out, that's all that really matters. And that is so strange that he moved to a position where he's readily flanked. So we've got a choice here with the Hebrew. We could either move up and take a better percentage shot, or we could go for 2 slightly lower percentage shots. And the chance of missing these is... The chance of missing one of these is what, about... probably a little over 10%? And the potential for damage is higher, so I think we'll go for this. Although it is typical we do absolute minimum damage, I suppose. That's more like it.
Target eliminated.
And we'll have Morrigan move up with that crazy movement range of hers. I can't get over what a strange choice this is. That is about the worst cover that could have been picked. There's a heavy cover there that would have been useful. There's a rock here which would have been useful. They could have even gone on the other side of that barrel there. But he's opted to go here. That's so strange. And of course, it's worth having a backup plan, as just in case. So from here we've got a, you know, an almost certain hit, although that's not guaranteed to kill him. But we also have a frost bomb, which is guaranteed to freeze him. And I'd rather not use that, but in the incredibly unlikely event that Morrigan doesn't kill here, you know, it's a 4% chance not to kill. We do at least have that backup, so we'll go with the shot with her first. That works nicely.
No longer a threat.
And then we'll just probably put Bulwark on Overwatch, I think.
Tell the kids.
So just as a little note there, the camera looks like it's moved absolutely miles there, and while that is a fair old height for us to get to a position where we'll see those soldiers, it's not, you know, completely unfeasible. And that said, I do want to use this turn if possible to rescue some of these civilians, or at least reveal them if they're faceless, so
On it.
make a slightly risky move here and get the one furthest away.
Go. Get out of here.
That's good. Just popped everyone into cover here.
Understood. Moving out. I got you. You're safe.
And last but certainly not least, I think we'll pop Morrigan here, just that she's ready for a point-blank range shot if this one turns out to be a faceless, although I don't think it will.
You're good to go.
They tend to spawn a bit further away from the mission start point.
I'm on it.
We'll just move Tyrone to Overwatch, and I think we'll bring
Moving
Kiko
on target location.
here as well and have him Overwatch, as he gets some bonuses to that. Now unfortunately we're not in a particularly good position to deal with these enemies. What we could do, we could perhaps move here and then go for a hunker down, reveal them, and then hopefully, unless they flank us, be ready in a position to take them on next turn. I think we'll do that. I think we'll pop Tyrone here.
I'm on the move.
And we don't see them, but we can at least be ready to, as I said, take a shot next turn.
Position confirmed.
Is
Advent forces
ideally
on the ground.
not good. I was about to say ideally we'll catch them with an Overwatch trap, whereas now I have 2 soldiers in rubbish cover. And I can't really collapse. Can I collapse that? No. what we could do actually is we could bring this down here. And while that would probably kill that civilian, the truth is if I don't kill these two this turn, he is dead anyway. You never know, we might have one of those glorious little glitches that XCom's known for and it might survive. I certainly hope so.
Throwing grenade!
Though I freely admit I have made a mess of this.
Damn you!
Sorry. Okay. So anyway, yeah. I've made a real mess of this as right now. Yeah, right now we don't have anywhere I can actually get a shot on with these two, I don't think. Might get a shot from there, but if we do, we'd be leaving Kiko in the open. So whatever happens, I think we're going to take some fire here, which is very much not great. Now those are good odds. Are they good enough odds for me to take that risk of a shot? Because we potentially could wipe both of these with Morrigan here. I'm fairly certain we can reduce them to 1 at any rate, but it's a case of, do we run the risk of taking both of them and then potentially taking 2 sets of incoming fire? I doubt that'll happen, but it's a possibility. Or do we guarantee him and then have a much, much worse chance of taking out this chap here? I know what we could do. We can throw the axe, and then we can probably get a grenade on this trooper here. Can we? We can at least take out the cover. So that's something. Even if we can't quite get him, we can take out his cover. Which would then give Bulwark a much, much better chance of being able to take him out. And then can Hebe get a shot as well? Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll start with the Advent Officer, we'll blow out his mate's cover. Or possibly her mate, I don't know, they're not particularly gendered. Oh, that's perfect.
This is for you.
There we go. Obviously I don't want to celebrate too early, but I feel this is probably in the bag here. And he's in low cover. I have spoken far too soon.
Closing on target position now. Hostile neutralized.
Although quite why that wasn't... I'm not quite sure how that was still low cover unless I hadn't just done enough damage to it. But at any rate, they're off the field. We're still in play. That's important. And it's a good thing I didn't waste a grenade on just the cover then. Otherwise that really would have been us in trouble.
Ready to engage.
So I think we'll have Morrigan just move to here.
Orders confirmed. On the
In
move.
preparation for hunkering down if need be. I'm not entirely certain how fire works in resistance missions as it is pre-placed. Fire that spreads, that is put in place on most levels, spreads dynamically. Resistance fire, I'm not sure if it's a static object or not. Or if it is dynamic and spreads, so we'll just be a bit careful with that, I think.
Okay.
Maybe we'll bring up here. And of course, this you're having just at the moment is I'm not entirely sure where the enemy is, so I'm having to play guessing games a little bit in terms of my squad placement. But what we'll do is we'll have Kiko on Overwatch. Ty can Overwatch as well, he's got plenty of ammo. I think we'll reload Morrigan here.
Oh yeah.
Although I suppose I could have had her on Overwatch as she does have the stock. And we'll have Hebe go on Overwatch as well.
Advent troops here.
And I think that's probably the right decision with a bit of luck. Oh, splendid shot, Kiko. What on earth is holding that up? What is holding that up? Am I... Okay then. Now unfortunately he's a fair ways off. So, well, we could make a banzai charge against him. I would be a little reluctant to do that. As it would leave us very, very open if we didn't kill it, and of course a kill isn't guaranteed. So it's an 88% chance to hit, and given it's only got a 66% chance of killing, that's probably about a 60% chance to do what we need, and I don't know if that's enough, especially when we can't back that up with guaranteed damage. How far can we throw grenades here? So that goes about that far. I'm just trying to think, could we get a frost bomb on him? Because if we could, that would be perfect, but I feel like that's just not going to be quite far enough. Let's count tiles, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that it? I've thrown about 7 tiles, so... Here, so from here... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we probably could actually freeze bomb him then. First things first, let's check and make sure the civilian isn't a faceless. Oh, nuts.
We've heard rumors about some kind of shapeshifters. I'm guessing this is it.
It is a remarkable species. If only we had some means of containment.
Don't even think about it.
This is actually really, really good. I'd far rather find this out now than later on. And I've spent both of Tyrone's grenades. So, right. We're down to a grenade on blue. And I could move Tyrone, but then we'd be sacrificing some damage. I think we might actually be in a bit of trouble here. Or we could frost bomb it and then worry about it next turn. Do you know, I think we're going to frost bomb it and worry about it next turn. That seems to me like the sensible course of action at the moment. Because right now I don't know if we can guarantee the firepower to take that down. And I'm trying to think where we can move Morrigan to, where she'll be reasonably protected from that sectoid, but still able to advance on it for a flanking shot next turn. As I don't want him to take a shot against us. I'd far rather him use a psychic power or a zombie, and I don't want him to have a good shot in order to facilitate that. So I'm looking for some high cover, but there doesn't seem to be any. There is some great stuff here, unfortunately, but... I suppose what we could do is we could plot Morrigan down just over here, and that would force that sectoid to move. Quite where, I'm not sure, probably over toward this car. And predictably there's nowhere good for Ty to move. No, we'll put him down over there.
On the move.
So either way, next turn we'll almost certainly have a flanking shot on this sectoid. We'll bring Morrigan. I think unfortunately that would lead to a potential flank, so we can't do that. But we will bring her just over here into this high cover. Blue isn't good cover, so we'll have him overwatch. Now Tyrone does just have a shot here, but I'll need to put him into cover to avoid being killed by that sectoid, so... Just for the moment, we'll bring him down here.
On my way.
No, go. Just up that straight on him. Nice and easy. Lovely casual throw there from Kiko. And as you can see, the decision to bring a freeze grenade is already paying off.
Not even close. Out of my head!
And obviously that's not great, but we are in a position to deal with this sectoid at the moment, so the situation isn't quite as bad as it could be. Of course, the real question here is, who do we attack and what with?
Move into designated position.
So, this... I think the best option here is going to be, we'll take a shot with Tyrone first, and that'll decide what happens next. But then, do we want that extra damage there? I think we do, by and large. Because that's not a big difference in hit chance, and this is a 60% chance to kill it. So I think we're going to go for the 60% chance to kill it, as I think that's better than the 50% chance to... Well, actually it'd be lower than 50% chance to kill it. And if necessary, we can follow up with a shot from Ty. Even though I do want to save that for the Faceless. That is about the worst situation imaginable, really. Oh, nuts. Yeah, this situation just went from bad to awful very, very quickly. Shadowfall's guaranteed to hit. Right, so we'll put one shot on the Faceless with the DMR, and then we'll use the second move to take out the sectoid for guaranteed kill. And if we can get a Hebe back this turn, if we regain control of him, we can probably kill that Faceless, but it's not guaranteed.
Kill confirmed.
So Hebe, do you actually have any actions, or... Because it doesn't say you do. Now, there's two things in my mind here. The first is that he does potentially have the DPS to take this thing down. Or does he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'd need a miracle to kill this thing. And I don't remember how hard faces hit, but they do hit pretty damn hard. Now, does that faceless get both of his actions back? If it gets both of its actions back, then it doesn't make a difference. But if it doesn't, we could move and try and take it out that way. I think what we'll do is we'll move over here.
Understood.
Because hopefully it won't get both his actions back. And that way it won't be able to launch an attack against us. But this is very much down to how the dice fall at this point. 2 actions. Not good. Not good. Oh no, it's regained for this turn coming. Thank the Lord for that. And this turn we should have just enough damage to kill it with DPS alone. What on earth is going on with the hit rates here?
I'm running low on ammo.
And I probably should have actually thrown a grenade here with the way everyone's been shooting.
Negative ammo. I'm spent.
And Ty can only take 1 shot, so we'll just get him as
Moving to
close as we
designated
can.
coordinates.
And then... if this hits, it's got a decent chance of killing. So we'll take the shot, I think.
Dead in the water here.
And Morrigan, yeah, Morrigan can finish this easily. So... yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll have Morrigan get the kill here.
Heading to that location.
As I feel that would be the best option. Just for increasing her rank as far as possible.
Taken care of.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. We're not picking up any additional contacts. The AO is clear. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
And we've completed another mission there without anyone actually being attacked, which is ideal. Could have been a bit better with our average attack damage, with our enemies killed per turn. We were very, very unlucky with most of our shots, I think, but in the end we got the result, and that's what matters.
I can't imagine the aliens are too happy about this one, Commander. Hell of a job.
And that's gone perfectly. We have our sergeant, so we'll be able to get the squad size upgrade. Morrigan, I don't remember which class Morrigan specified. I don't think she did. So we might make her a scout ranger as opposed to a combat ranger. We might even go mixed. I quite like mixed rangers. So our options: regular, shake it off. You gain plus 10 will, and recover from the confused, disoriented, stunned and panicked conditions much faster than usual, which is pretty good. Oh, but flare. Throws a bright flare that lights up targets in an area, granting attackers an increased chance to hit. Oh. Kiko. Kiko, why did you have to pick regular? Oh. Well, I suppose this is good in a way, because it's, what is it again? Confused, disoriented, stunned, and panicked. I suppose that could potentially be useful if we get hit by a stun lancer or something. But out of... yeah, I think flare would probably have been the more useful here. Got a choice here, Phantom and Blade Master. All axe attacks deal +2 extra damage. Does that apply to the thrown axe? I have +10 aim. Because isn't that would be guaranteed hits with the throwing axe? Wouldn't it? +2 damage as well. That would be 6 to 8 damage. So that would be... I suppose that would mean we could instantly kill sectoids, but long term that's probably not such a good investment. But then Phantom... quite like having Phantom Rangers. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Phantom with Morrigan. I just find that's a bit more useful for my overall strategy. And I was wondering why they'd lost health there. It's not that they've lost health, it's that they've gained one. Right. So what do we have here? An Advent Officer corpse, a couple of sectoid corpses, Advent Trooper corpse, and a Faceless corpse. This is new. Requiring storage in sealed medical grade vats. Whatever remains the Faceless have, leave behind, or rather whatever remains the Faceless leave behind, dissolve rapidly into a foul-smelling paste. Faceless autopsy. At one time, the Thin Men were the most advanced infiltration units available to the aliens. Now we face a species capable of mimicking the human form at will. If we can come to understand how it is that they emulate it so effectively, perhaps we could develop a tool to deceive them ourselves.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
And we're getting 15 extra supplies a month, which is great. So, I think we'll put a very quick break in the video here, and then we'll be right back.
We've had our suspicions, but before now we've never had the resources to investigate the possibility of clandestine Advent facilities built up outside the city centers. Now that we've gotten word of this black site, I have to admit, I'm worried about what we might find. They could be doing anything in there.
Now that we've finally got this place up and running, we should be able to access some of these dormant alien systems. Let's see if you two can play nice. What the?
Shen, getting some kind of interference up here. Seems to be hitting us across the board.
Working on it.
Something triggered your remote uplink. But how is that possible? No one knows these systems.
Shen, power readings just spiked. What the hell is going on down there?
Dad?
Commander, I'm too old to start believing in ghosts, which means someone had to access that unit remotely. If they can access Rover, there's no telling what else they might be able to do. I strongly suggest we make investigating that signal our top priority.
That must be the DLC cutscene. Sorry to disappoint you, Bradford, but we'll have to do without that for this playthrough.
Looks like Shen was able to confirm the signal's origin. Inputting the coordinates on the map now.
So what do we have here? We could start making contact with the Arctic. We have a radio relay there. Yeah, we'll start making contact with the Arctic, I think.
Setting course for Sector 1, the Arctic.
And of course, it's 5 days.
Attempting to establish.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the Commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the Commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness?
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
New objective added.
So, we have to access the alien network, constructing a skulljack, which sounds, it's exactly what it sounds like. This is the closest thing I think you get to an energy sword in XCom 2, so we'll be certain to equip one of those as soon as we can.
We're making progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
So this is the Advent officer autopsy, codename Bishop, completed March 21st. Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent officers administer a system of control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augment with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the Commander and a careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind. In this case, the mind of a very own Commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the Commander's mind was processed and transmitted to the Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and other subordinates. With the Commander no longer attached to the psionic network, it's difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingency. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we've worked to develop a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome. Signed R. Tigan. So we've got here the Advent Trooper autopsy, we can do that, and the Proving Ground is now available to us.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this Skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Yes, it's called an Advent Officer's Hedge. Next thing we'll go for... I'd be tempted to go for magnetic weapons, but I don't think we necessarily have the supplies to do that just yet. And we can get battle scanners from the Faceless autopsy. Battle scanners are quite useful, but I don't think we'll need them just yet. As long as we have them before the next retaliation, that's the main thing. But yes, I think we will. I think we'll go for the faceless autopsy here, just for the battle scanners.
I am at a loss for words to describe the difficulties we have had in attempting to handle this creature, affectionately known as the Faceless, to our troops. The nebulous form of its physical structure, including a pliable, semi-solid outer layer, seems to be slowly degrading now that the creature has expired. There is also a pungent odor that only seems to grow stronger as time passes. I have to admit, there is something exciting about working under the more intense conditions found on the Avenger. Every decision, every development is of the utmost importance. There's no room for mistakes here.
And I think we're ready to collect our next supply drop here.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
Overall, I'd say that's gone pretty well. Right, we have some dark events coming up. The alien cipher is not great at all, but then the rural checkpoints is also really, really bad. I honestly don't know which of these I'd prefer to deal with. I suppose it depends if we've got the black market or not. Anyway, we'll get these supplies here and then we'll come back and finish scanning.
Plotting new course.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander. I've often wondered how the aliens could conceive of such a being. Is there another world out there, filled with these shape-shifting creatures? Or are they merely another construct of alien genetic tampering?
So this is the Faceless Autopsy codename Protein, completed March 24th. Early reports from the Resistance referencing an alien creature said to be capable of shape-shifting were initially dismissed by local cell leaders who attributed the sightings to combat stress and malnutrition. It wasn't until our own forces engaged with the creature that we successfully confirmed its existence. Surprisingly enough, the description of the creature from those early reports was quite accurate. With a varying height of up to 3 meters, the specimen currently referred to as the Faceless has one of the most unusual internal structures I've encountered. While one might expect to find a skeletal foundation, we instead see a series of malleable, chitin-like structures, providing various points for the expansion of several equally unusual fluid membranes. The membranes in question are responsible for the Faceless' extraordinary ability to mirror the form of a human. In recirculating key cellular combinations via an elaborate internal structure, the Faceless is capable of forming solid shapes while also mirroring colours and textures without physical sampling. As of yet, we've only seen evidence of the Faceless attempting to imitate humans, but not other species or inanimate objects. Whether or not this is a limitation of their genetic makeup, or an intentional manipulation of their abilities by the aliens, we cannot say at this time. Signed, our Tiger. It's... oh, yes! I had hoped, or rather I thought it was battle scanners that we got from completing Faceless, but it is not. It is meme beacons. And meme beacons are the single most powerful item in the game. Broken, arguably, just broken. So we will most certainly be manufacturing those as soon as we can. It deploys a holographic decoy to draw enemy attacks. And when it says enemy attacks, it means so long as it's alive, enemies will shoot at it and not your soldiers. They'll leave cover and run up and kiss it if they can. Wildly, wildly broken. We'll most certainly be getting those. I can't remember. Where is it we get? Where is it that we get? Proxy mines, main beacons over Serum's fusion blades. Because I would like battle scanners. Skill vest, predator armor. I can't see it. Here we are. Advanced Trooper Autopsy. Right. So that's a while off yet. So So I think we'll start off by doing the Advent Trooper autopsy.
Knowing that my past surgical experience is limited, I am sure the crew appreciates that I hone my skills on fallen Advent forces before triaging our own wounded. To the uninitiated, the common Advent Trooper is seemingly human. The aliens have disguised its most glaring divergence from the human form with a carefully designed helmet.
And we'll just continue scanning until we get to our next mission.
Commander, we've got local resistance forces waiting to make contact, but we'll have to make the first move.
Setting course for Sector 15,
quick trip over
West
to
Asia.
Resistance HQ, see what we can get. At least we have a decent amount of supplies here.
Commander, I appreciate you recruiting new staff for the engineering team, but as it stands, we have people still waiting for an assignment. We can have them working on construction, excavation, or staffing a facility.
Yeah. I've made a silly decision there. I should have had Dr. Zhao excavating from the start, really. But no matter. Grab ourselves squad size. Wet work would also be really, really useful, so we'll get hold of that, just as we're planning on rotating squads quite a lot. We have 106 supplies left.
Hello, Commander.
We're missing a lyrium cores for these, because some of these are really, really useful.
Do you ever regret leaving the city? You must miss some of it. The food, the warm beds.
Honestly, none of that really bothers me. What I miss the most is my equipment.
I hadn't thought about that. Advent probably had a pretty nice lab set up for you.
There was certainly no shortage of resources on their side.
Don't worry. I'm sure the commander will find something nice for you.
This has been quite a long part, so what I'm thinking we'll do is once we finish making contact, we'll probably end it. Just for the sake of everyone's sanity, I suppose.
Setting course for the Arctic territories.
I am sure you will find the results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander. Despite a thorough analysis, I have yet to discover what, if any, advantage the Advent hybrid soldiers' enormous eyes provide. Testing their visual acuity will no doubt prove difficult.
So we get battle scanners here and not from advanced troopers, but anyway. Oh, maybe I just misread it. Maybe it's Advent, not advanced. Advent Trooper Autopsy, codenamed Deacon, March 26th. The most public face of Advent security, the standard Advent Trooper serves in a first response role in areas of high public exposure. Although rumours to their origins have persisted for years, it's only recently that we've confirmed that they are in fact the production of a human-alien hybrid development. My initial autopsy indicates that the troopers were at one time entirely human, implying some means of gradual genetic enhancement without the rejection concerns that would normally plague these experiments. The body itself maintains the general outward appearance of a typical human, with the most crucial changes occurring in the cranial structure. It's my belief that the Advent troopers receive their orders, that is to say, are controlled, directly through a psionic link engineered as part of the genetic modification process. As we first discovered in the field, the eyes are notably larger, perhaps as an unintended side effect, as they seem to provide only limited improvements to the troopers' visual acuity. The aliens have managed to disguise this glaring physical trait from the general public through the use of a cleverly designed helmet, signed R. Tigan. And now we have our battle scanners. So from here we've got the choice of what does hybrid materials unlock? Plated armour, nanoscale vests. I think we're ready just to move to magnetic then.
I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
And what was the cost of hiring a new scientist?
Setting course
If it was 100 supplies, I think we'll double up on our scientists here, see if we can progress that technology a bit quicker.
Welcome, Commander.
And it's not. Oh well.
Setting course for the Arctic.
Off to make contact with the Black Site region.
Commander, we have a priority message coming through. It looks like an encoded signal from the Resistance. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Hello, Commander. It would seem your recent activities have gotten Advent's attention. Our unwelcome guests are on the move. Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified. However, they do have one thing in common. A single word that appears in all their files. Avatar. I believe the Black Site we had previously uncovered to be but a part of this Avatar project. Based on what we have uncovered so far, its true scope is far greater. This project is being directed from the very top of Advent, from a source I am still unable to determine. All attempts to uncover its identity have met with failure. It is time to take a more direct approach. Though we may not know the exact nature of this Avatar project, we can still disrupt it. We must root out these hidden facilities with the help of local resistance cells, disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process, uncover the truth. Locate the source of this Avatar project, and then destroy it. Were the enemy to succeed in their efforts, I am certain it would mean the end for us all. I am confident you will take whatever measures necessary to eliminate this threat, Commander.
We're tracking the aliens' progress on this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
Fortunately, as you complete story missions and attack the various Avatar project sites, you can reduce the progress of the Avatar project, so it's not a endlessly advancing bar. It can be pushed back to a degree.
Objective added.
Commander, we've established contact with the local resistance, and we can move on the Advent Black Site on your order. We should make sure our troops are fully equipped and ready for a tough mission. I'm guessing security will be tight at the facility. Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
But firstly, we do have an option for a guerrilla ops. We've got a choice between intel and supplies here, so this will be an interesting one. But that's a decision we'll make next time. I think we'll probably go for Operation Spider Shriek in West Asia. Cryptwagon, I'd like to shrink those intel costs, but just for now, I feel having those supplies would be more useful, especially given how low we'll be running. Intel is obviously very, very important during the early game. In fact, both these are pretty terrible as far as Dark Events goes. We really need to be both expanding our network and building up our early supplies, but as we could potentially lose out on 200 supplies here, which is that would pay for, you know, magnetic rifles outright. But as I said, that's a decision for next time. So for the moment, we'll end this part here. Thank you very much for watching. My name has been Red Star Rocket, and I hope I will see you next time.